Greetings and salutations. I'm Christopher Platt, reporting for Your Black World News with an article from MississippiToday.org. Unita Blackwell, the sharecropper who later became the first black woman mayor in the state of Mississippi and advised 6 U.S. presidents, died Monday at age 86. Her son Jeremiah Blackwell Jr. told Mississippi Today his mother died Monday morning at a hospital in Biloxi after a long battle with dementia. Blackwell was an important pillar in the civil rights movement in the South. She served as a project director and field secretary for the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or SNCC, helping organize voter drives for African Americans across Mississippi. Those efforts landed her in jail at least 70 times, she said, for trying to register black Mississippians to vote. I was put into the position of learning to survive some way and somehow by being black and in this country, Blackwell said in a 1977 oral history interview with the University of Southern Mississippi. But also being black and in this country, you learn a great lesson. And this is how to overcome. It's that power to move in the midst of opposition. During her life, she served as an advisor to Presidents Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, and Bill Clinton. Born in Lula in 1933 into a sharecropping family, Blackwell left Mississippi as a child to attend school in West Helena, Arkansas, because black children weren't allowed to consistently attend school at that time in the Mississippi Delta. As a teenager, she married and moved to Florida, where she worked in fields and odd jobs, like at a canning factory during certain harvest seasons. She and her family moved back to Mississippi, settling in Mayersville in 1962, as important years in the civil rights movement were on the horizon. Mississippi, people want to know why we're still here and why do we stay here. But Mississippi is home, Blackwell said in a 1986 interview with Washington University in St. Louis. It's a place where I was born, reared on the land. The land is important to us. It was the means of the hard work. But it made us angry. It made us happy. It made us all these things, But we was connected with the land. She continued, because we as black people in the state of Mississippi, and especially in the Mississippi Delta, worked the land. We didn't own the land, but we worked the land, and so everything was tied around this land. And I feel that that's the reason why I love Mississippi. It's ours. Almost immediately after she moved back to her home state, she began volunteering with voter registration efforts and met key activists in the state like Bob Moses, Stokely Carmichael, Aaron Henry, and Ed Brown. During the 1964 Freedom Summer, Blackwell was elected a member of the executive committee of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party and traveled to Atlantic City as part of the delegation that included Fannie Lou Hamer and Henry Sias, that served as an alternative to the all-white Mississippi delegation at the 1964 Democratic National Convention. Back in the Delta, Blackwell never stopped working to expand voting and education rights for black Mississippians. In 1965, Blackwell, working with the Jackson NAACP, sued the Issaquah County Board of Education, which had suspended 300 students for wearing freedom pins. The case, filed after Brown versus the Board of Education, served as the basis for one of Mississippi's first desegregation orders. Blackwell testified before the U.S. Senate Subcommittee on Employment, Manpower, and Poverty during Senator Robert F. Kennedy's noted 1967 visit to Mississippi. During the late 1960s and early 70s, she served for 10 years as a community development specialist with the National Council of Negro Women. In 1976, Blackwell was elected mayor of Mayersville, becoming the first African-American woman to serve as a mayor in Mississippi. She held the position for 25 years until 2001. While still serving as mayor in 1992, she was awarded the prestigious MacArthur Foundation's Genius Grant. The power to move doesn't care what the circumstances are, 'cause nothing goes right for us, Blackwell said in the 1977 USM Oral History. Nothing is set up for me to be the mayor of Mayorsville, Mississippi. Nothing has been laid out for me to be that, because everything was against us, you see. But you learn how to move, no matter what. She continues, and that's what blows people's minds, you know? I think that's what blows the minds of the white people in this country around us, because we do have certain kinds of cultures and different characteristics. And they say, well, how do they do it? How did something bloom just like that, you know? But it's not just like that. It's because that we've been through a process over hundreds of years in this country that makes us move through obstacles. And they didn't have no idea, this society, what it was creating. It created slavery, but it also created a people that can live through any kind of crap, you know?
I saw the hate in the eyes of the whites. We've been seeing it all our lives, but you know, they were so angry about just us going over trying to register to vote. And I knew that this must have been important. And I vowed that day that nothing from nothing leaves nothing. We didn't have nothing, but if I had to die, I was going to be dying trying to register to vote.
I'm going to be a registered voter. I'm going to be a registered voter one of these days.
Do you intend to vote now that you're registered?
I do intend to vote.
Why do you think it's important?
Because it's very important to have the people represented. And I want somebody to represent me.
World. I've been to every place except for South America.
Okay.
On this planet. Every little island you could spin the globe and poof, your finger pop on it. I've been there. That means from Greenland and North Pole to the South Pole. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, all the islands in the Pacific, a little island called Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, along with Seychelles. I've been everywhere. I've been to Alaska freezing, realized I'm from Mississippi and Alaska's too damn cold. To basically just being all over Korea and Thailand, Japan, Hawaii more than I liked. All of Europe, pretty much, from Mad Cow time to when all of the Russian states broke up, I was there.
Wow.
To going back to the motherland on both sides, with Libya to Morocco to Egypt more times than law allows, to being in Israel everywhere. So I know in the news.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to those places.
Okay.
To basically just all of anything, Italy to France to Yugoslavian states that are now broke up. I was there when it was Yugoslavia.
Wow.
I've been to Finland, Holland, Germany, France, Spain. Love Spain. Got to go there.
Okay.
But that's another moment.
So, I mean, like you said, I'm traveling.
Go ahead.
Where is if Jeremiah Blackwell had to choose one place that he would love to retire to, really retire to, where would it be?
Palma, Mallorca, Spain.
Mm.
It's an island off the coast of Spain. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. Now, another thing, we are on the movies and stuff we hear about. Is it true or is it a myth? As far as when you flush a toilet in Australia, it goes in reverse.
It goes in reverse.
It does.
It's true.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought they were making up movies.
The moment you get below the equator, it goes in the opposite direction, including storms.
Wow. See, y'all learned something. Because I know y'all was thinking the same thing. We've heard of the movies. We got somebody been to Australia. Is it true? It is.
It's true.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes in a different direction.
All right. So
Goes.
now, since you are since that was part of your name, what is the red light district like in Amsterdam? For real. Who got the better red light district, Amsterdam or Brazil?
I'd have to go with Brazil because Brazil is a whole country of red light. The light ain't even need to be on. but but Amsterdam come with cigars and cigarettes of a different kind.
Okay. You said, well, Brazil is just all day
Brazil,
every day.
yeah, Brazil is just all day every day. Learn Portuguese, please. It's not a prerequisite though,
You
because
said,
they
but it
just all
helps.
yeah.
See, because when I went to the DR, there were people there that young women, people there that I was trying to I communicate with, but I knew three things in Spanish. I knew muchas gracias, hola, and what was the other one I knew? I can't remember now. So it was like, yeah, I need to learn how to communicate better. And then when I'm leaving. Somebody says, man, you could have used your translator on your phone. Oh, I've been here 6 days. You watch me suffer, and you said I can use my phone. I said, yeah, okay. That's because you don't want me talking to people. It's okay. But I mean, as far as, like you said, dealing with, as far as coming from where you started to now, technology-wise, I mean, you've seen the growth of it, and what do you think about it? What do you think about
Uh, It's a beautiful thing. Um, when I was 8 and 9 years old playing with computer games,
it? Mm-hmm.
it started with just paper.
Mm.
It was sentences on a teletype paper when I
Okay.
started. When I got to be about 10 years old, going back to Dartmouth again, it became Star Trek was the video
Mm,
game because
mm, mm.
it's like what later became asteroids was
Yeah,
invented there,
yeah. Okay.
where you'd have the little ship and then you type in until it went from cards to actually moving the mouse.
Okay.
And I saw that evolution
Wow.
and played with it. And to see it blossom into a multi-billionaire dollar industry of video games, it, I tried saving the printouts to show my sons and family of it because they were in the house that my mother and parents were. But I don't know. I think they got weatherized and now definitely weatherized due to the
Mm.
roof had holes in it.
Oh man.
But I wanted to save that to show them how that computer game that you play so easily started out like this
Mm-hmm.
with me playing video games
Yeah,
on
cause
paper.
I remember I say again because when I was younger, I got involved with McDonnell Douglas here, and I was in part of the moving forward program, and when you had the green screen computers, and we go in there, we
Mm.
get the printout, and you like you said when you said printout, and it's the game. We learned how to put out the 1 zeros and all that to where it learn how to make stuff move just by putting in the numbers. And I was like, this
Yeah,
is crazy. But then again, it was like, I ain't got time to be doing it all day, every day. So let's look at it now, and it's like, do. Everybody's moving. What? This has grown dramatically.
yes. Because for me, coming from a party line in Mississippi to
Uh-huh.
now talking to you via with video is astronomical.
Man. And like you said, and okay, now you would know because like I say, as a kid, I caught onto it with the comic books. But as far as everything that Dick Tracy put out is here now.
Yeah. And what's so weird about it is the comic books are now being multi-billion-dollar movies where I grew up. And I'm telling my son, my youngest son now, who's in college, this is what's going to happen because they're going to tailor it towards that comic book. And he's like, oh my God, you're right. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I had to read it rather than see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I got to thank my frat brother from Kansas City, Jesse Frazier. When we were in college, he was like, yeah, you need to start collecting comic books. I'm like, comic books? Ain't no money in comic books. Man, he pulled out two of those long boxes and had comic. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Buy you a couple. I bought a couple back then. I have an Avenger one. I have a Silver Surfer, and I have I got to think of the other one I got. I think it's the Titans. And I've had it since we talking about since 89, since 89, 90. And to see them now with the movies about the Titans, the adventures, I'm like, okay, I'm sitting on some. I've yet to go back and see what they cost. But I mean, that is a surprising thing to where you could be, well, I could be sitting on about a couple grand if I go back and check it, because it was only $1.50 then for the comic book, and they selling for $500 and $5,000. So I
Yeah.
know if you had any of those kind of comic books from back then, ooh-wee.
Yeah, I know, because I hate the fact that I don't have mine, because they were all first edition, and that was a gold mine.
So as far as your travels, like I say, when you got out the Navy, what did you do as far as community involvement and all that good stuff? What have been some of the things you've been a part of?
Well, I've always been attached to Sigma since crossing, because I was out in California stationed and was with the grad chapters out there. That's why a lot of brothers know me from the Western region. And then transferring after my aunt and uncle died, because they mostly raised me because my parents were so busy, basically with dad trying to keep food on the table, and then mom doing that civil rights slash working for HUD, working for the National Council of Negro Women, and working with different organizations, stuff, and civil rights, all intertwined. To whereas I still was doing things with the frat and doing community service, and continued that and got back financial on those endeavors, also helping out the frat through the multitude of years where Sigma was really hurting because of different situations that was happening in the international office. And Sigma went through a drastic change with all the hazing incidents, whereas we almost went defunct from lawsuits.
Yeah. So as far as again, you are considered, like I said again, you are considered Black history among the brothers. If we got a question about, and it ain't just Black history, it's history. But we got a question about anything we call like I say, call old brother, look, call old Maestro. Maestro, I got to answer for it. But when you break out and say, wait a minute, let me get back to you, and they're like, wait a minute, and then you come right back with, I wanted to make sure I had it right. That's why for me, like I said, I met you on Marco Polo almost a year ago, and it was from the giddy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be, and I said it to you, I want to be your what I say, your polywog.
Yeah, that one.
I said I want to be that, and you're like, all right, young one, we shall see. And then I said, going through time, and everybody thinks that, oh, well, I had never met you until this year. And I mean, man, it was just a beautiful thing to be able to see you face to face and hang out with you because, yeah, you are that one. You are that one, Maestro Sigalo. You are that dude. And I appreciate you letting little old city country boy hang out with you.
Hey, I'm nothing but a country boy myself, man.
Like I said, I didn't know we were juniors. I didn't know you were a junior until Reese like, hey, okay, that's another connection. We're juniors. We both juniors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, only children. Yeah. We got to be creative because yeah, we don't deal with everybody and don't want to deal with everybody. So yeah, you're lucky if we want to deal with you. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. My
now,
pleasure.
now musically, what is your favorite genre of music?
I don't have one. I like all music,
Okay.
be it country, classical, jazz, what I listen to mostly now, R&B, a little bit of rock. I can only stand it for a few minutes. Especially when you get off into that hard rock.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, that's just like white noise.
Right.
But pretty much, I just listen to every genre
Okay.
music.
Now going back again. So in the movies they show where like I said, like in the Muhammad Ali, what was that? What was that? The one night? What is it? One night it? What was it? What it's Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke,
Yeah.
Malcolm X. So basically at your house growing up, it was normal to have, like I say, have different civil rights people come to the house and hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I met plenty of celebrities and I'm like they were shocked that I treat them like, okay, yeah, nice to meet you. And go ahead on. They would be expecting me to be in awe, and I'm like, no, I'm not in awe of you. You're a human. I'm human.
That's it. Yep.
Nice to meet you. Keep it moving.
But now, if there was one, who was the one person that you were like, wow, okay, nice. I'm glad I met you.
I don't think I've ever had anybody
Okay.
because having to meet so many people and because I met people. Shoot, my mother had me up in D.C. D.C. became like a second home.
Okay.
Meeting different people and even going to a state dinner at the Nigerian consulate. uh, it's wild life that I've led.
Okay. So
So
now,
whereas
I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay. So is there anybody that you say, Lord, I wish I never met that person?
that's a good question too. I'd have to think on that. Do ex-wives count? um, no, seriously. I don't think I've ever. Well, I mean, I didn't hold even those kids that probably later became friends that used to call me nigger.
Okay.
But it's it's not to where that was never a thing that I adhered to
Okay.
of holding malice against somebody.
Yes. Now, in Pledging Sigma Monticello. Now that when we down for homecoming, we just did a celebration for Miss Classy Jones Green. How did Miss Classy affect you at Monticello?
She's like our den mother
Okay.
because she helped us with a lot of stuff. That's the reason why you see all of what happened in our celebration for her
Mm-hmm.
was because from day one, when the chapter chartered with those guys, to everybody that went through Sigma, you got to talk to Miss Classy up until she left.
Okay.
And even when she come back, she would talk to kids.
Mm-hmm.
But she was the savior to whereas she would tell us to aspire to greatness
Okay.
because she herself had some of the similarities of being in college and being the only black,
Mm-hmm.
especially since she was in the nursing,
Okay.
graduating with a nursing degree. I could only imagine
Mm-hmm.
the trials and tribulations she had to go through. So it was like the guiding force to where she was like the mother of us all, guiding us, telling us what we should do and shouldn't do.
Well, oh, I mean, it's excuse me. At this point in time, based on everything that you've seen and went through, what would be your advice or your words to the young people out here now who are really trying to figure out what this is about in general? What kind of advice could you give them now? Because it seems like they need some help, somebody to tell them something.
Um, Basically, don't be into your feelings. Basically, family is everything because they're the people that's going to love you regardless. Far as few friends in life you will attain, the biggest and the best thing, if you want a lot more people in your life, join a fraternity or sorority because they're going to be your friends that be outside of your family that will help you. Uh, Life is never goes planned,
Hmm.
and you're going to have to adapt because never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that my life would end up like it had. And you just have to persevere through the bad days and enjoy to the fullest the good days.
All right, let's see. There it is right there, y'all. We're gonna end right there on that note. I want to say thank you so much, my frat brother, Mr. Jeremiah Blackwell Jr. Love you, frat. Thank you. Maestro Sigalo was in the building, baby.
My pleasure, man. Go, Ma.
Go, Ma.